Hi, everyone. How are you? It's Mrs. Mary. Just wanting to welcome you to our story time from my house to your house. I hope that you're having a good day today. I'll start reading in just a few minutes. It's not quite 1:30 yet. Um, I wanted to share with you, I sent a note to my friend with a little gift in it, and she sent me a thank you note that she drew herself. She is an artist, and it's a dog, and she's saying, "My name is COVID-19, and it's the year of the COVID-19 dog 2020." So she drew this, and if you'll notice, it has a mask. The dog has a mask on it, and I thought it was really cute. I wanted to share it with you. Also, on the back of the card, she has the rug that the dog is sitting on, and the mask says, "Smile, stay well." I thought that was kind of nice that she should send that to me, and I wanted to share it with you. Have you been doing any drawing or making anything for people? It's always a nice thing to do anytime to create things. It really is. So, why don't we start with a little song? We'll start with this one. Everybody wave your hand, wave your hand, wave your hand. Everybody wave your hand. It's time to say hello. Can we do that one more time? Everybody wave your hand, wave your hand, wave your hand. Everybody wave your hand. It's time to say hello. Hello, from my house to your house. It's time for story time with Mrs. Mary. And today, since we're leading up to Mother's Day this weekend, I hope you haven't forgotten a special day for your moms. And so we're going to read a story today. We'll read a couple of stories. The first one is about a mom, and the mom is a kangaroo. And this kangaroo's name is Katy. Hi, Katy. And it's called Katy No Pocket. I wonder what a pocket has to do with being a mom. Here we go. Big tears rolled down Katy's kangaroo brown face. Poor Katy was crying because she didn't have a pocket like other mother kangaroos. Oh, I didn't set up my Instagram. Better wait a minute. I don't want people to be tuning in and miss. I'm sorry for this, but it'll only take a second.
Hi, everyone. It's Mrs. Mary from the Desmond-Fish Library.
Nope. Oh, it's too funny, isn't it? I'm sorry. It's frustrating. I thought I was all set up and going to be on time and everything, but here we are. Okay. Here we are. Now we're ready. Okay. Hi. Welcome to Storytime with Mrs. Mary from my house to your house. Sorry for the delay on Instagram. We were just starting to read this story called Katy No Pocket. We're leading up to Mother's Day this weekend and don't want anyone to forget. Okay. So this is Katy. Big tears rolled down Katy Kangaroo's brown face. Poor Katy was crying because she didn't have a pocket. Freddie was Katy Kangaroo's little boy, and he needed a pocket to ride in. All grown-ups kangaroos take awfully big hops, and little Katy, and little Freddie got left far behind, and poor Katy didn't have any pocket at all. Hi, Katy. Katy Kangaroo cried just thinking about it, and Freddie cried too. It was so wonderful. All of a sudden, Katy had an idea, and she jumped 6 feet up into the air. The idea was this. Other animal mothers had children and they didn't have pockets, so she'd go and ask them how and where they carried their babies. Freddie looked all around to see who to ask, and Katy looked all around to see too. And first they saw Mrs. Crocodile. She hasn't any pocket. Let's ask her. A lot of big muddy bubbles came through the water, and then Mrs. Crocodile stuck her head up and opened her enormous mouth and smiled. Why, Katy Kangaroo, what can I do for you today? Please, Mrs. Crocodile, I'm so sad, said Katy. I have no pocket, and Freddie is getting so tired. He has to walk everywhere. Oh dear, oh dear. And she started to cry. And the crocodile began to cry too. But what can I do for you? You can tell me how to carry Freddie, said Katy. How do you carry little Catherine Crocodile? Oh, do please tell me. Why, I carry her on my back, of course, says Mrs. Crocodile. Katy was pleased. She said, thank you. As soon as she got to a good squatting down place, she squatted and said, now, Freddie, climb up on my back. This is what we'll do. But he couldn't hang on because his front legs were too short. And when he did manage to hang on for a few minutes and Katy gave a long hop, he fell off. Bump, bang, with a terrible thump. So Katy saw that she couldn't carry her baby on her back like the crocodile did. Katy and Freddie sat down again and thought and thought. I know, I'll ask Mrs. Monkey. So Katy and Freddie set off to the forest, and very soon they found Mrs. Monkey. She had her young son Jocko with her, and Katy Kangaroo hurried so to catch up with them, but finally she managed to squeak. Please, Mrs. Monkey, how do you carry Jocko? Why, in my arms, of course, said Mrs. Monkey. How else would any sensible animal carry anything? Oh dear, said Katy, and a great big tear rolled down her long nose. I can't carry anything in these short little arms. Oh dear, she wasn't any help at all. What are we going to do? And she just sat down and cried harder. Poor Freddie, he hated to see his mother cry. So he put his paw to his head and thought. What about the lion? He said. And they don't carry their children. The poor things walk just the way we do. There they are. There's birds, said Freddie. How do they carry their babies? Birds, said Katy. The mother birds push their children out of the nest, and they squawk and shriek and flap their wings about. Well, that wasn't an option. Then all at once Katy Kangaroo stopped crying and looked at Freddie. They do say that owls know almost everything. They're very wise. Well then, for my goodness sakes, let's ask him. They found the owl asleep in an old dead tree. And he was cross because he didn't want to be waked up in the middle of the day. But when he saw Katy was so sad, he came out blinking and ruffling his feathers. Well, well, what is it? Speak up and speak loudly. I'm deaf as a post. So Kate stood under the tree and screamed at him, I'm a mother kangaroo, and I haven't a pocket to carry my child in. How shall I carry him? She yelled up. What shall I do? Get a pocket, said the owl. Where? Said Katy. Oh, please don't go to sleep before you tell me where. How should I know? Said the owl. They sell that sort of thing in the city, I believe. Now kindly go away and let me sleep. The city, said Katy. Of course. We'll go to the city. I wonder what city it is. Is it New York City? Is it Philadelphia? I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever find out. Katy was so excited, she almost left Freddie behind as she leaped over bushes and hopped along the path, singing a sort of song. And it says, to the city. Doesn't say which city, just a city. Hippity, hoppity, flippity, floppily, wasn't it a pity? I didn't know it was to the city I should go. So she hopped as fast as she could. Freddie could hardly keep up. He was so little. But at last, they left the woods behind and came to the city, where there were stores and houses and automobile. The people all stared at Katy. Why do you think they stared at Katy? Maybe because she was a kangaroo in a city? She looked for pockets and she saw that almost everybody had them in their pants, on their coats. Some women had pocket books that they held. Wow. She saw a man all covered with pockets. That was on his apron. Big pockets, little pockets, medium-sized pockets. Katy thought about this. Katy went up to him and laid a paw on his arm. He was a little frightened because he never had a kangaroo come up to him before. Please, dear kind man, where did you get all those pockets? These pockets, he said. You want to know where I got all those pockets? Why, they just came with this apron, of course. Does your mom have an apron? Does it have a pocket? You mean you can really get something to put on with all those pockets? Said Katy. You sure can, said the man. I keep my hammer and nails and tools in my pockets, and I can get another apron, so I'll give you mine. He took off his apron. Isn't that exciting? Wasn't he kind to share his apron? And dumped it upside down. Out fell a saw and wrench, nails, drill, all kinds of things. And then the man shook the apron hard and turned it right side up and hung it around Katy's neck. Oh, look at Katy. She was so pleased and happy. By this time, a crowd had started to gather, and Kay Kangaroo to see what Katy Kangaroo was doing. When they saw how pleased she was, they all smiled too. At last, Katy was able to say, thank you very much. She popped Freddie into a very comfortable pocket. Look at Freddie, how cute he looks in the pocket. Isn't that great? She popped Freddie into the pocketbook and she didn't have to wait because Freddie was so excited too. And when they got home, what do you think she did? Any idea? Well, she had so many pockets. She put Freddie into the biggest one, and then into the next largest, she put little Leonard Lion, Thomas Tortoise, just fit into another pocket. Hi, Thomas. Sometimes she had a baby bird if its mother was busy getting worms, and there was still room for a monkey, a skunk, a rabbit, a raccoon, a lizard, a squirrel. Do you think she'll be able to carry all these things? A possum, a turtle, a frog, and a snail. So now there's Katy. All the animals liked Katy's pockets better than any other pockets in the forest. And Katy Kangaroo is very happy because now she has more pockets than any mother kangaroo in the world. Isn't that something? Does your mother have an apron with a pocket? Do you have pockets, maybe on your jacket or a vest or a coat that you could put a little doll or stuffed animal or something in? You should try it sometimes. That's the story of Katy No Pocket, written by Emily Payne, pictures by H.A. Ray, who is the same author and illustrator as Curious George, and we're reading this with permission from Scholastic Books. Thank you for listening. Okay. Now we have another song to sing about washing your hands. Wash your hands, wash your hands, don't touch your face, don't touch your face. Go out in the sunshine, have fun in your backyard. Wash your hands, wash your hands. Don't forget to wash your hands, everyone. Remember, we're rubbing them together, soap all around. We're not forgetting to wash our thumbs, and we're scrubbing our nails on the palm of our other hand, just like that, in between our fingers, and then drying them. Don't forget soap, it's very important. Keep washing your hands. All right, so I mentioned that Sunday is Mother's Day. What do you think you might be doing special for your mother? You could always make her a simple breakfast of a little cereal in a bowl and ask your dad or another grown-up to pour milk in the bowl for you and carry it to your mom. You could also put some fruit with that if you have fruit, or maybe a glass of juice. Don't forget to ask an adult to pour these things, because sometimes containers are big and glasses are a lot smaller. So please ask for help. The other thing that I thought might be fun for you to do is to make your mom a little garden. And so if you take a piece of paper and fold it in three, you can write mom and draw a flower. And then when you open it, you can draw some other flowers. And at the very bottom, you can sign your name. This card is from me to my daughter, from my daughter Meg. Wasn't that kind of her? So a simple card is an easy thing to make. If you're bashful about making a card, be sure to do nice things for your mom on Mother's Day. Don't forget to say Happy Mother's Day to her. Give her a big hug and a kiss. Tell her you love her. Tell her you appreciate what she does for her. And tell her thank you. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And for all the children wishing their moms a happy Mother's Day. You are so important to your mom and your dad. But it's Mother's Day, so we're focusing on the moms. Okay, and now we're going to sing a goodbye song. It's time to say goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Hey ho the merry-o, it's time to say goodbye. I'll see you next week at 1:30 for story time from my house to your house. And if you're tuning into evening story time, don't forget, tonight at 7 o'clock on Facebook Live. I hope you enjoyed our presentation today, and I'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye, everyone. Have a great week and a great weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Bye-bye.